Hi, and welcome to this weekly crypto market updates video. The cryptocurrency market is valued just under $2 trillion. Um, we can see that the Bitcoin dominance is now 40.9%. I believe it's higher than last week, if I'm not mistaken. But we might dive into that later. Bitcoin is trading around $42,239, and in the past week it went down by 0.5%, so that's basically nothing. And Ethereum is trading around $2,869 and went down just by over 6% in the last week. If we look at the winners of last week, then we can see that Smooth Love Potion went up by 113%. Also went down by a shy 10% in the last 24 hours. Maybe we will chart this if I can find it. What else can we see? Well, we don't have many winners. We have Leo Token 50%. We have XRP 15%. Elrond about 15%, and everything else isn't that great. It's because the market was trending downwards. Let's look at the weekly losers, and we can see that Near lost 23.5%, and Oasis Network went down 22.4%, and even 10% in the last 24 hours. We can also see that we have some more coins dropping between, well, a lot of them around 10-15%. So a lot of losers, but like I said, it's because of the weekly downtrend. So maybe we'll chart some of these coins as well. But first, let's look at the technical analysis of the whole market. So let's switch to the total markets chart. And what we can see is that last week I said that this point is extremely important because it's the drop-off point. It led us to lower prices. And we can see that we tested it. We wanted to see a gain, but unfortunately we saw a rejection. So that's not looking great. And since then, you can also see that the market has been trending downwards. As you can see that the lows are getting lower and the highs are getting lower. There might be a little bit support here on this volume node. Well, this is not really drawn really nicely, but it's about here. So about $1.80 trillion. So maybe we will find support in this area. If not, then we will obviously look into some lower prices. Yeah, it's a shame that we couldn't gain this, but I'm not really worried about this yet. And that is because of Bitcoin, which we are also going to look at. Actually, let me draw a line from here in here. There we go. So we can actually see this, see if we can actually find support here by next week. Maybe we can also check a Fibonacci and see if we can get any confirmation. No, it's not too bad actually. It is around this area, so yeah. Okay. So around this area, we might be able to find support and then continue upwards, and hopefully we can gain this point, this point. And once we do, then we officially broke the downtrend. Okay, so let's go to Bitcoin. All right, so Bitcoin, I also drew a scenario last week, which I said we need to gain this point over here, right? And if we don't do that, then we can find support over here or here or here. Now, these lows are still valid, so we'll keep them there. However, something important happened. This you can barely see it, but there's a yellow line over here, which I drew last week, and that means that we had to gain this area right here. Gaining means a candle opening and closing above this area right here. Now, what is important is that if we actually draw a line, we can see that. Actually, let me explain that first. Um, so we need to gain this area, this purple line, right? And here on this candle, this was the 7th of February, we pumped upwards. And that's when people think, so based on this candle right here, people think, oh, we did it, the gain is in the pocket. But that is not the case. Like I said, you need a candle to open and close above the level, and that happens here. So on the 4-hour chart, because we're looking at on the 4-hour chart right now, we had the gain, which is extremely important. If we look at the daily chart, then we can see that there is a structure over here as well. This is that point on the 4-hour chart, but this structure is also important. We can see that we gained it over here on the 9th. So that is looking good. And after a gain, it's okay to fall back and to test something back. Now, unfortunately for me, this already happened, but this I already had an arrow here anyway. This volume node over here is important because you can find support here, and that is exactly what we did earlier today. And on the 4-hour chart, we can also see that we found support over here. And this yellow line, I drew this last week because that's where I expect support. And that is what's happening right now. That doesn't mean that we go up from here. You can still go down. Obviously, you can also test this level again and then reject. But you're basically looking for support somewhere, but you don't know where support is going to be found. It could be around this yellow arrow. It also could be this one or this one. You don't really want to go lower. The higher you find the support, the stronger the move. So I think this one is the greatest scenario. So if we push up from here, otherwise this one is also not too bad, and this one I rather don't see. It is possible though, but then you want to see like a quick flush, like the candle touching it and then immediately going back up, creating a wick. So something like this, what happened here. But then, yeah, something like this. Then just to seek liquidity, and that is because a lot of people cover their stop losses by placing the stop losses around this area right here, which is an interesting, sometimes an interesting play to go for a long there. So yeah, like I said, we want support over here, which we are currently doing, and then we want to make an upwards movement. I also had this yellow line over here, which is the test of the previous range. This is the previous range, and you can see that we exactly tested that. So this was also a very, very, very good shorting opportunity. If you did short there, then yeah, you're profit like 8%, maybe even a little bit more, depending on where you took your profits. All right, so that is Bitcoin. Let's move to Ethereum. Now in Ethereum, I didn't save this from last week, but it's essentially the same scenario, right? This is the drop-off point. That's the point you want to gain. However, it's got rejected. So you're looking at lower prices. First price point I'm looking at, well, actually, it was over here. There was support over here, but we broke through it and lost it. So the next support is this volume node over here. So that's where we are right now. We already tested it. So if we can hold from there and then go up, then yeah, that could be nice to see. That also depends on what Bitcoin does. If not, then you go to lower prices, maybe even testing the $2,600 low, maybe a little bit lower as well. So that is the scenario for Ethereum. Yeah, good confirmation there too. All right. I think we will look into some altcoins, but before we do that, let's check the Bitcoin dominance. We can see on the 4-hour chart that it's been climbing. Um, like what I see, what I immediately see is we had this run up and then created this high over here, and you can see that it was very well respected in this area, and also over here and here, and then we made a push upwards. But you also saw these highs, right? And that is the area you want to gain, which happened. So the Bitcoin dominance is looking great. If we look on the daily, we can actually see some more information. Um, oh, we're nearing 43% already. So I think CoinGecko is falling behind. It's 42.9, but that's okay. We don't trade based on this. We just want information. Um, well, as I said last week, but also in the week before that, maybe even the week before that, is I'm still expecting in the long run, I'm expecting the Bitcoin dominance to really rise, um, and that is what is still happening. You can see that since pretty much the start of the year, Bitcoin dominance has been going up, um, looking really good. Could find some resistance over this area around 44.5%. Might even test 47%. But yeah, once it gains this area, then so once it gains about 48%, um, then I expect Bitcoin to really make this move in the long run. So we have to see what's going to happen there. Right. I think we will go into some altcoins now. So let's look at which one shall we take? What is a big coin? Well, I think we'll take Solana because it's a top 8 coin, and it went down 19.5% in the last week. So let's take a look at Solana. All right. So we're looking at on the daily chart. Maybe I'll start on a weekly just to get an overview. Okay. Yeah, that's not looking fantastic. Let's look at the daily. If you can spot anything here. I have a volume node over here, which was already tested. Um, this is also tested, and then you rejected this range over here. That is not looking great. Okay, so Solana is clearly in a downtrend, which we are waiting to break. Now the worst case for you, what to do is to just buy randomly. You should wait for a reversal. So when something like this is happening, and then you buy on the next low, but you want to see the start of a reversal happening first. Yes, it's not looking great for Solana, to be honest. And again, this heavily depends on what the market is going to do. But this is why I am staying away from altcoins at the moment. It's because um, Bitcoin gained that significant area. The altcoins. Let me see what the altcoins did. Did the altcoins gain anything? No, no. It did not. Okay, so the altcoins didn't gain anything. The total market didn't gain it. It rejected it, as I just previously said. Bitcoin did gain it. And if we go back to Solana, because that's what we're charting, yeah, we can see the same rejection. So we could potentially see a Bitcoin move upwards, and that could go two ways. Usually, when Bitcoin rises, the rest of the market goes down, and that's because people want to sell their altcoins and hop on the Bitcoin train. Um, yeah, on the daily charts. Oh, wait, sorry, this is 4 hour chart. On the daily chart, the first area of support where you could find support is around this area, and that is basically we pretty much already tested over here. Yeah, see, yeah, we tested it over here already. So maybe you can climb up from here. If not, then you you could potentially, if you lose this red box, then you can also go to lower prices. If we look at the 4 hour chart, maybe we can see what Solana is locally doing. And this is a little bit of a shame because you could see that the lows were getting higher and the highs were getting higher, right? And then eventually this area was gained. Um, but losing this low over here is not nice. That's something you. It was fine to backtest, but to lose it is is a very bad sign, especially because you lost it and then you also tested it back and then you went down some more. So this is a clear rejection, which is not looking great for Solana. Let's see. Well, the support have been tested over here. So what you want to see, first of all, is to get back above this, above $97, and have a gain, and then move upwards to the next point. That is what you want to see. If this support falls, then it could get really ugly. Maybe you can find some liquidity over here in this area, but it's not looking that great. Then you really go to lower prices. Then you can go to $78 all the way to $70. And if you lose this area, then obviously we're looking at significant lower prices. But that's where you are at the moment. So just focus on this first. Right. So this is the scenario for Solana. Let's do another coin. Oops. Where's my browser? There we go. Let's. Is there a winner? Oh yeah, we had Smooth Love Potion. I don't know what coin that is actually. Ah, it runs on Axie Infinity. So I think this is a NFT token, isn't it? Um. Okay, so I don't know this project. This is fine though. Let's look into it. It's SLP. Is there a which market are you on? You're on Binance. Okay, then we can probably chart it. SLP USDT Binance. There we go. All right, so let's look at the daily. Oops. Let's actually zoom out. Okay, so this is a coin that was listed on Binance May last year. This moved downwards, tested the previous high, went all the way down. But only recently it showed some sign of a reversal. So on the daily chart, nothing significant has happened. Of course, you had this really big move up from pretty much from the bottom to the top, 300 over 350%. From where we are now, that's 228%. However, it rejected this important point of the market. But it's okay. It's okay to test a new high, right? Because this was your last high, and you gained that. So that's looking good. So it's okay to fall back. It might even find support um, over here. It might find some support over here. So if it trends downwards a little bit and then goes back up, then that's completely fine. However, for this coin, you actually want to see this gain over here and then continue upwards, and then you test the previous range, and then this is where you want to get back into, and then boost upwards, right, to continue the uptrend. Let's look at the 4-hour chart and see if what we can see here. Beautiful respection here with the volume nodes. Slight form of compression, and in this case, it can go either way. I think if you want to go up, then you want to test this line over here. Eventually, you want to gain it. And on the downside, if you lose this low over here, then obviously you will see some lower prices. Maybe you'll find support around here, but that really depends on the markets. Can we do a quick Fibonacci? Well respected. Yeah. Yeah, you don't really want to lose this low over here. You want to keep the momentum going. Uh, so it will be interesting to see how this is going to play out. All right, I think that's it for this week. I think we covered everything. So we'll have to see how next week is going to continue on the cryptocurrency market. Let's check the weekly. Oh, that's not really nice. Did we actually do that? We closed last week on a red candle, and we tested this high over here, and it still looks like a rejection. So we're still in this downtrend. That's not looking great. Yeah, like I said on the daily, we rejected it, but I'm repeating my analysis now. Anyway, that is it for this week, and hopefully I'll be able to create a video soon. If you like this content, please like and share, and let me know which coins you want me to chart. All right, thank you. Bye.